Welcome back to the channel. Lauren and I are getting ready to start our 1,000-mile road trip in my 1979 GMC C35 with a 454 and a turbo 400. What could possibly go wrong? I actually spent the last couple of days prepping this truck. Had a super leaky exhaust manifold, so I took that out. Had to make a manifold gasket so that would calm it down quite a bit. Changed the fluids, checked everything over, aired up the tires. We should be good to go. Left the camper top on because it's so handy. I mean, you know, you got your stuff, and of course we got a cooler full of sandwiches. It's gonna be a fun road trip. This is one of our favorite shows of the year to go to as a couple. We hang out with a bunch of our friends at the show.
It's cold.
It's cold, yeah. I see Lauren's in her fall decor. But there's no hotels near the place. So we get an Airbnb with our buddies, and yeah, it's fun. All right, let's fire this thing up. We're gonna put Lauren to work this week. Got my money for the donations. Keep in mind, this is a free show, so they accept donations on Friday and Saturday. Give her 2 pumps. Push button start. Takes a minute to get the gas up there. Don't worry about it.
Sorry about that. All right. She's running. Oh, she's not running.
She's got to warm up a little bit. The electric choke isn't hooked up because like half the stuff in this truck isn't hooked up. There we go. All right.
Hey, love a dirty seatbelt.
It's not dirty. It's clean.
Okay. It's clean dirt.
Yeah, the clean dirt dually.
My house.
We actually left kind of on time this morning, which is like very rare. I guess the last time we left on time was when we went to North Carolina last week.
We're getting really good.
Yeah, we're getting pretty good. I don't know. I go to do these road trips like all the time, so it's like the last couple of weeks, everything has just been like packed and ready to go pretty much, just moving it from truck to truck. But this is going to be the first leg of the trip, so it's 1,000 miles round trip, 500 miles one way. It should take us about 8 to 9 hours to get there. Now, I've never driven a truck or a car with a 3-speed transmission this far. So I have no idea how the truck's going to do, have no idea how the fuel mileage is going to be. It's probably going to be absolutely terrible. Looking at traffic, we're good. But I can't tell you this, I've been driving this truck like every day, and the only issues it's really had was that major exhaust leak, which is fixed, and it keeps throwing alternator belts. So I ended up getting all new belts and going back through all the accessories, make sure everything was nice and tight. So it hasn't been acting goofy since. Also had a pretty severe oil leak, and I'm pretty sure it was coming from the valve cover on the driver's side. Replaced the valve cover gaskets, still getting the oil leak. Then I found the oil sending unit was like way loose, tightened that up. Seems to have slowed it down, but we still got a little oil leak. So we just have to keep an eye on it. But the first time we got to stop by my parents' house because they're watching the dogs, and I forgot to give them Bowtie's medication. If you guys and gals ever seen or met Bowtie, he's an old man, so he needs his arthritis meds. Might need to give the hood an extra couple of clicks on that racing stripe. It's flopping around a lot. Stop for Lauren. I gotta check the truck over. It's running like really good. Sorry for all the background noise right next to the interstate. Still smelling a lot of oil. So I'm gonna pop this hood open and see if that leak's gotten any worse. I mean, it's just steady dripping out the back of this valve cover. I put new valve cover gaskets on, but something's got to be like bent or something. I did try to straighten it out, but it didn't seal. I cleaned it really good, and You know, you win some, you lose some, right?
Everything else seems to be fine. Do a little once over. Yeah, we're good there. I'm not opening the radiator. That's holding good. We were getting up a little bit in temperature. We got to like 210, which really isn't bad. But I was going like 75, and that's just pushing the truck a little too hard. So once I got back down to 70, it seemed to be doing a lot better. But here, let me go ahead and check this oil real quick. Ooh, she is smoking, dude. Look at that. Dadgum. Seems all right. Put this here for later.
It hasn't sat long enough to really let everything settle, so we got to get back on the road. Seems all right. Yeah. Give her a couple extra clicks. She's starting to get a little floppy on the interstate there. Might have to put another strap across the front right here. Because, oh, that should be better. Yeah, we got really good oil pressure. Temp went up a little bit since sitting. Let's say we keep rolling.
Yeah.
Got to knock out some work. So I wanted to hop on here and tell you guys, this is like the first road trip I've taken this truck on. It's totally untested other than driving it around locally. And to be honest with you, really only half of the stuff on this truck works. The important stuff works, like the motor and the transmission in the rear end. But the rest of the stuff that's on here, like the heater, the AC, the radio, most of the lights, they just don't work. The dome light works though. Check this out. Look at that. Do you see that? Yeah, I found that out last night. I was shocked. But again, I think it's kind of not the smartest thing to take an untested truck on a multi-state road trip to see if it works.
Oh no?
No, I don't think it's a good idea. I got some experience, and I know some people along the way, so if we get in trouble, we might be all right. But I think if y'all were gonna do this, like, you might wanna do the buddy system, do the old buddy system. Also, the video I made last week about the buying that Blazer and you know, kind of the stuff to look out for when trying to title something and whatever. Some of y'all had reached out and asked if I could make a video about doing like a road trip prep. And since I'm getting ready to drive 2,200 miles to Arizona from Florida, I figured, man, that'd be like a perfect opportunity to do like what do you take when you go on a big cross-country road trip? You know, and I think it's going to really depend on what you're driving. I'm probably going to be taking my 79 Blazer, probably going to be getting new tires for it. We all saw what happened with those old cheap Lexani tires. But, you know, other than like the obvious like spare tire and some hand tools, like what else should you really bring? So I'll probably put that together in the next couple of weeks. So if any of you guys and gals are making your way over to Dino's, you'll have like a little checklist on just what to have with you, just in case, man, because you never know what can happen on the road. And when you get over to the West Coast, dude, some of those like stretches between cities, it's like 20 miles of nothing, like literally just like isolated desert nothing. So you want to be on your P's and Q's with that one. Shout out to aprilmayshine.com for the killer mugs. This one's got Cookie Monster on it and a custom Yeah Buddy Garage logo printed with my name. Lauren's got the old 56 F100 and the Yeah Buddy Garage. I'm actually going to do an order of I
actually got to get with Curtis. I forgot to message him yesterday. I'm gonna get an order of keychains and some license plates in from them. I just got to figure out, what I want to do, and then I'll have those available for sale. But also, if you guys want to send me some license plates, I'm doing a keychain giveaway right now. I only got 6 keychains with me, but if you send me a license plate for the license plate wall we're gonna do, then I'll send you a Yeah Buddy sticker and a Yeah Buddy keychain. So, and those are, of course, the keychains were made by aprilmayshine.com. They're really cool, like a heavy-duty plastic, and they're silver, like a silver backing, and where they lasered the Yeah Buddy logo, it's black. What's that? Oh, that's a car. It's like, that sounds like something's falling apart. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, and let's get back to the road trip. Daggone truck's running out of gas, man.
Already?
Yeah, see that? Well, I guess we'll just have to hit our secret switch here. Oh boy, look at that! We got a full tank, boys. Let's go! Dooley's doing pretty good. We're just cruising right along at 70, and once I kind of stopped pushing it, like the temperature went down, and it seems like that's where it's comfortable, like right at about 70. My buddy Kyle, he has he calls it Karen. It's a crew cab square body long bed with a 454. He had the turbo 400 in it. And he was like, mine like to cruise right at 70 to 72. And that's exactly where this one likes to cruise. So every time I check my map, we're losing like a couple minutes on our ETA because we're going a little slower. Yeah, we're going to speed limit, which is super weird, by the way. But I want to say that we made it to South Carolina. And I remember when we came out, I guess that was a year ago with Derek. Remember we broke down? And the roads are just terrible. They must have been doing some repaving, because when we came up last week, the roads are great. And obviously, as you can see right now, like South Carolina roads aren't as bad as they used to be. Maybe like off the interstate they are, but even I think the route, we're going to take the same route we took last week. It was fine. It was good. A couple of spots, nothing crazy. Nothing any worse than Florida. We're gonna pull over soon and gas up, calculate our miles per gallon. Why don't you guys and gals comment below and give me your best guess on MPGs. We did like a rough calculation, and yeah. But we're gonna get more exact with it. We're gonna do an exact science, equation, math, smart words, accurate number. Cut off this semi truck. Get on the brakes. Y'all know I'm a sucker for a QT. That's the busiest one I've seen. Cheers. Cheers. Lauren just made some road Sammies. Had to fill up both tanks. Calculated the MPGs in this old truck. Let's take a guess what we're getting. You got a number in your head? You ready? 8 miles a gallon on the nose. That is awesome for cruising in this 454 with a turbo 400 going about 70 miles an hour down the interstate. We are burning some oil. I just checked the old dipstick and there ain't nothing on there. So I was looking down here where the leak was on the manifold, and I don't see any fresh oil. So I think we got oil coming out of the back of the intake manifold. Sorry, I mean fresh oil on the valve cover. I don't know what I'm talking about. And other than that, I think that's the only thing we're leaking. I'm gonna check transmission fluid. We're gonna get some oil, top it off, probably put a quart in, and then just send it, bro. I might get a couple of quarts just to have on me, because, QT's got their own motor oil.
There you go, just add it to my collection down here. Stuff. There we go. Oh, hang on. It's gotta be straight. All right. Miles to go, and we just got off the interstate, so now it's all highway back roads from here, which is it's actually a really nice drive, because I know that because we just did it a week ago. So look at that dang blazer. Anyway, took 2 quarts of transmission fluid, another quart of oil after about 100 miles. So it seems like every tank I burn through, I probably got to add a quart, maybe half a quart. We got a pretty severe oil leak. Like I said, I think it's coming from the intake manifold, which, you know what, as long as the engine's running and it's still leaking oil, it's got oil. So that's fine with me. It can leak it. Just if we run out, we could run into some problems. I don't want to run into problems. But we're like 3/4 of the way there, and this is probably the most uneventful trip I've had all year. No blowouts, no breakdowns. We're not losing ignition coils or, you know, losing the hydro boost. We still got 117 miles to go, so I need to shut my mouth. This will only be the first leg of the trip, because keep in mind, we got to turn around and drive this thing 500 miles home. But we're going to enjoy the weekend regardless. We're close enough now to buddies that if we get in the jam, we can get out. We got a little police officer that came up on me real quick. So let's see what happens. Maybe there's no breakdowns, but maybe there's a pullover. Maybe, yeah, buddy, garage goes to jail. Sorry, guys and gals, no excitement for me to get pulled over, thrown in handcuffs, and thrown in jail for doing absolutely nothing wrong. Exploring the country in a... What? Oh, it's bright. So bright. There's a chicken on that hot rod. This is nice. Just look for the trucks. There you go.
Found them.
We freaking made it, dude.
No major issues.
Oh, yeah.
You can park down there too.
The destination is on your left.
All right.
Arrived.
Well, you gonna get her back up and running, dude?
It was a small fire.
Yeah.
It was a small fire.
I hope it wasn't too bad.
No. Like the cab was full of smoke. I was in the left lane doing like 75.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, I lost power. I looked at the voltmeter. I was like, 9 volts or whatever. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
The belt must come off.
Right.
And then like the cab filled full of smoke, and I was like, oh no, it's not that. And, like I jerked across in front of a semi, and then 7 trucks behind me.
Nah, it'll be good. It'll be good. We made it. Yeah, buddy. That's sick, dude. This place is awesome. Gotta go inside. Let's check out the digs. This is steep. Not used to this. Yeah, then we'll go see Kyle up on the hill up there. He's rewiring the ignition on his truck. Got a little fire on the way down, but he'll probably be able to get it dialed in tonight. Probably should have picked that up. Let's go check out this view. Picturesque, dude. Holy cow. Look at that. That cinematic feel. Oh, that's rad. It's gonna be a super, super fun weekend. All right, so we heard Kyle's story when we just pulled up. So he had a little engine fire. Is there any damage done?
Just the wire.
Yeah, there it is.
I wonder if it just like, if the wire was chafed and then shorted out or something.
Probably got more up towards the connector because when it was pulled, it was rolled so much, something on the back side of the intake.
Got you. I will say though, in all the breakdowns that I've had, I've never had to have somebody come and tow me.
Hey, shout out to Haggerty.
Shout out to Haggerty.
101 miles for $7.50.
You can't beat that, dude.
Beat that.
It beats repairing it on the side of the interstate.
$3 in gas to drive the last 100 miles.
Yes.
It's actually cheaper than towed here.
Yeah, and I'm sure the wire wasn't $30, man. So you probably came out ahead.
I'm out ahead right now.
Yeah.
Until it catches back on fire.
Yeah. Well, that's why we got the video rolling.
We're gonna get a fuse out here. Pokemon cards, you know. What color do you think we should use? Is there a certain color do you think we should use for this right now?
Red.
Blue looks good.
Yeah.
It matches the truck.
That's 15. What is this red? 10. We'll start with that. And if it doesn't work, we'll go higher.
Right.
Good thing it's not a stick. You've been started in gear.
All right, everybody step back.
All right, let's see if the Holly turns on now. It did not.
Did it pop? There you go. Well, daggum. Well, some good news. His Holly screen's not working though, so we'll have to fool around with that later. I want to show you guys Matt's 67. Now, this thing's got the 250 inline six with the original 3-speed transmission, manual. So that means that this one is the old 3 on the tree. Yeah, you see you got the little, no frills, smells like gas in here because the, well, you know, the gas tank's right there. Could use some love. Maybe get a little haircut, you know, make it a little, yep. I like it though. Tailgate and all, look at that sucker. For max airflow, max aerodynamics. I just noticed the root growing through the cage there. That's cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna start getting dinner ready and all that fun stuff. Turn it in for the evening. Kind of relax a little bit. We've all had a long day. I want to apologize for not having a lot of activity on this road trip. It's probably the most boring road trip that I've had this year, but it makes me happy. That's exactly why I do this. It was just awesome cruising in this crew cab dually, all original drivetrain, and just cruising down the road. Everything worked that's supposed to work like it should. Of course, you know, no AC, no heat, and all, you know, you don't need all that stuff, right? You just need the motor, transmission, rear end, and just go. 500 miles down. This is the first leg of our road trip. We're gonna hang out in Denton, North Carolina, go to C10 Fall Revival, and I'm gonna be bringing you guys daily coverage of that. If you're new to the channel, why don't you go ahead and hit the old subscribe button, because we're gonna take this thing on a 500-mile trip home on Sunday. So next couple of days we'll be at C10 Fall Revival, having fun, hanging out with our buddies. Then we gotta get home.
You gotta make at least 400 miles because Haggerty take the last 100 like they did me.
Well, I don't have Haggerty.
You better sign up.
All right, guys and gals, I'm gonna get out of here. We're gonna hang out for the evening. As always, I appreciate y'all hanging around and watching this one. We'll see you in the next video.